Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazawey. Let's talk some sports.
You know what time it is. It is Friday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're watching live, fox2detroit.com as well. However you are consuming the network, we got a great one for you today. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
I'm excited. You know, I always get excited when I have friends on the show, individuals that we want to interview, individuals that we talk about. And man, today is a special one. Ladies and gentlemen, you see what's on the desk. You see what's behind us. Ryan, should I get it started?
Let's go, baby. You have the floor.
Oh, Detroit! You feel it, right?
I feel it.
You feel it. I'm trying to get it. Oh, Detroit! Don't you dare be sour. Clap! For the one-time NXT champ, for the one-time WWE champ, for the 8-time tag team champ, for the 2-time Intercontinental champ, my man, brother, and at WWE, excuse me, let me say it right, WWE icon, Ettore Big E Ewen. God damn, it's good to see you on the show, baby.
What an intro, man. I'm humble, man. You don't make me shed a tear out here,
We're
man. That's
humble out here,
touching.
man. And my Big Ten brother.
Yes,
And
yes.
my Big Ten brother, which now this is Lions, Hawkeyes right now. So
I know.
Can't wait. It's good to have you on the show.
No, I appreciate it, man. I know we've been trying to do this for a while. It finally worked out, so I'm excited, man.
Let me say
Patience
that
is
this
the key.
guy is your biggest supporter right here. You have no bigger
Yeah.
supporter in the city of Detroit or the state of Michigan than this guy. He is talking about you all the time. He loves you, so I'm so glad you're
Hey,
here
man,
today.
pipe down, man. You're going to get people the wrong idea, man. You're gonna get people the wrong idea. Ryan, go ahead, brother, like you always
No,
do.
just you know what? I think it's so great that you're in town and you've embraced this current role that you have, side job with the Michigan Panthers, and you're wearing it proud today. And we've got another game tomorrow night here at Ford Field. Last week we were both in the house.
Both in the house.
Big E, that was fantastic. You did a great job leading the way, being the MC. Talk about your experience last week with the Michigan Panthers, and then, of course, what you're going to bring on Saturday night as well.
No, it was amazing, man. So I got into town on Wednesday. So I was here from Wednesday through, Monday morning. And it was special, man. I really, my admiration for Detroit, for the city, has grown so much. People have shown me so much love from the time I stepped foot here. I got to go to American Coney. That was incredible.
Talk about
I didn't realize
how many did you get down?
So I don't eat hot dogs. I never had a Coney dog, and I'm very, health as well.
That's true.
Try to keep the body at tempo. So I said, you know what, for the segment, let me eat a little bite and then move on. But it was so good. I had 2 more after we were done shooting. I just had 2 more. It was so good, man. So we met Grace, the owner. She was incredible. We actually just put a social clip out so you can watch it. It's a couple minutes. But, man, it was I have really, my admiration for the city has grown so much. Just being able to be here, staying at the Shinola, and everyone has been so warm and welcoming. And just the energy at Ford Field. I didn't know what to expect. It was the first game. We're trying out this new MC gig. But the amount of love I got from fans, a long line of people asking to sign or take pictures, just meant the world to me. I just had a blast, man. So we're really excited. I think it's just going to get better and better. And honestly, I really believe in the product too. To be able tickets start as low as $10 to go watch spring football, to watch great football players, to watch Braylon Speaks, Josh Love, all these incredible players. To get a chance to watch them for as low as $10 with drink discounts, food discounts. We got a halftime show with DJ Trauma. It's incredible, man.
DJ. Watching the shows, watching you, because I've seen you MC Iowa Hawkeyes games. I've seen you in action. The Big Ten Championship is where we had a chance to meet each other, Michigan and Iowa, 2 years ago. Talk about what it means to MC football games, because you're a former football player. You're a football star out of high school, out of former Wharton High School, I do believe, Tampa, Florida, and then you go to Iowa. Talk about being around football. Not being around football after 2009.
Yeah, so for me, man, look, everything I own, everything good in my life is because of wrestling, right. But my first love is football, man. It was and even Big Ten football. Growing up in Florida, you know, you on ESPN as a kid, that noon game, that first game was you get like a sleepy Purdue Northwestern, but like I was raised watching Big Ten football, even growing up in Florida. So for me, it was just so dope to be able to go to Iowa to play ball. I had a bunch of injuries there. I tore both my ACLs, broke my right patella, tore my left pec, all in 2.5 years. So my career didn't go the way I wanted it to, and I don't think I ever really wanted to fully get into coaching. It's such a hectic lifestyle. So for me, that felt like the end of my ability to contribute to the game. But with this MC gig, it's a way to be involved, to give back in a way that like I know how to entertain people. I know how to like pick up a mic and get people going. That's a thing I can do. So for me, that to me is really special, being around the game, still being involved in football. So yeah, man, I really love, like you said, it's been since my last year playing. I played in 2006. Even getting to play at the Big House, I think about that. I got to play at Michigan when Michigan was number 2 in the country in 2006. Actually, one of the clips you threw up was me trying to get around Jake Long.
Hey.
So Jake Long, by the way, arms as long as I'm a 5'11" defensive tackle trying to get around Jake Long. That wasn't happening. He punched me, and I said, I can't get around this man. His arms are too long.
Here's a funny Jake Long story. We were playing Illinois my freshman year. Jake was a right tackle at the time. He wasn't starting a left tackle. And I called a touchdown in the end zone. Calvin Hayden was great. I caught it with one hand. I'm like, all right, cool. Flag on the play. They bring it back. So I come back to the huddle, and I'm yelling at Jake. It's like, come on, Jake. We can't have that. We can't have that out here, man. We're trying to win games.
We're on the internet.
I go back and exactly. I go back and watch the film. No, there was no holding on this film. He dominated and destroyed him so much that the ref was like, he had to do something.
Panicked.
He had to do
this
something.
could have been legal, right? He dominated this man so badly, a penalty had to be committed.
1,000%.
Yes.
Talk about your transition. You talked about tearing your ACL. You talked about your knee surgeries, your knee injuries at Iowa. Talk about how that was able to transition you into wrestling, and obviously the WWE, 2009, I believe it was.
Yeah, so, man, it was when I think of my time at Iowa, I often think of it as the best of times and the worst of times. And for me, the best of times, I had so many incredible things, like getting to, playing Big Ten football is a dream, getting to play, and actually getting to play on the field. That year in 2006, we played Michigan when they were number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
We played, Ohio State came to our place, and we had game day there too when they were number 1 in the country.
That's a tough season for you guys.
Yeah, it was tough. We didn't win either of those games.
Yeah.
But to me, like getting to be a part of those games was really special. But man, I really never had any injury issues at all until I got to college. And for me, I only played 1 year high school football.
Okay.
As a very undersized defensive tackle. But actually, that year we had some studs on our defensive line too. I don't know if people remember Jonathan Babineau, who played over a decade with the Falcons.
Falcons.
So Babineau, he was our starter at DT.
Chad Greenway.
Greenway was on the squad. We had Matt Roth was at defensive end.
Man, he was he's in my draft class.
That's right.
Miami Dolphins.
Yep. He played with the Dolphins. D-Rob too, who played with the Chargers for a little bit. Derek Robinson played with us as well. So we had a lot of talent. And the cool thing for me was I got on campus and I remember talking to Coach Ron Aiken, who actually was the defensive line coach for the Cardinals a little bit later. But at the time, man, like being able to, I was in camp and we had a conversation. I think it was either the day before I tore my ACL or a couple days before, right around that time. And I remember he told me, look, man, I think you're going to have a chance. We're not going to redshirt you. We're going to get you, not that I was going to be starting, but getting in that depth. So I remember, man, just the excitement of thinking as a true freshman, we were the number 8 team in the country the year before, thinking, man, and that year in 2004, we were co-champs, I think, with y'all, with Michigan.
We tied with you guys. I think you guys beat Wisconsin. You guys actually saved us to get us to the Rose Bowl.
That's right.
If Wisconsin beats you guys, then we don't go to the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
But you guys appreciate that, by the way.
We got you.
I think it was my freshman year. We played at the Big House, 2004.
Yep. Yeah.
Jovan Johnson.
Yeah, you remember Jovan. Yeah. I think was it Rasmus James, I think, on that Wisconsin team.
Rasmus James team, yeah. And the running back. Number 28, they always have.
They always have a running back.
Anthony Davis.
That's right. Anthony Davis, yeah.
Not AD, by the way.
But anyways, so the opportunity to get on the field that year, man, I was just really excited. But again, I had the left ACL. And anyone who's been through a major injury like that, especially playing football, you know what it's like. An ACL, man, the amount of time it takes in recovery and rehab, the amount of work you have to put in. So I put in all that work to finally come back, get my strength back and everything, only to have it happen again to the other knee, almost a year to the day.
Damn.
So for me, it wasn't just the physical part was hard, but it was really the mental part. So I was really, and one of the things I like to talk about all the time now is like mental health, because I know for me, I was someone, even before all the injuries and everything, I really struggled with depression, and it only got worse and worse to the point, actually, I spent a month in college, I spent in a psych ward because it was that bad, like being on medication, dealing with ECTs, and I remember just having so much shame around it. But now I like talking about it because I feel like the more I talk about it, I unburden myself, and I let people see me now, and I'm upbeat and I'm happy and whatnot. Yeah. But like, you can get to this point because there are times when I was really struggling with being very depressed, where I didn't see at 37 me having a WWE championship under my belt and getting to do all the amazing things I have. So I'm just so glad, like, I held on and I didn't do anything unspeakable. But that was really the tough part for me with all the injuries, was the mental aspect. And I was just incredibly blessed to get this opportunity with WWE. I grew up a fan, but I never imagined doing this. You know, if you asked me to list 100 jobs coming out of college, who would think, yeah, I'll be a WWE superstar. That's a thing I'll do. Right. I didn't even know how to do that. How do you do that? So for me, I think I had all the injuries, but I'm stubborn. I'm hard-headed. And I said, you know what? I had more to give. I'd always been an athlete, man. I played tackle football.
You're persistent.
Yeah. I played tackle football when I was 7 years old. Before then, I was playing, I was karate. I had always been an athlete my entire life. And I just happened to know a guy who knew someone at WWE.
Jim Ross.
And it was Jim Ross, yeah. So Mike Doty was my connection at Iowa. Before then, I played with a guy named Mike Humple. He got drafted by the Steelers, but he actually had a neck injury. So he was back training at Iowa. We were training together. And even though I was done playing, I was still coming to the facility all the time, just working out. And, he just came to me one day and said, hey, have you ever thought about, like, doing anything in WWE? And I said, I was a fan as a kid, but I never imagined that. And then he connected me with Mike Doty. We sat down, we had lunch, and said, hey, there might be an opportunity here. So we took some awkward shirtless pictures so they can get an idea of my physique. I sent them in. They liked him enough to send me down to Tampa for a tryout. And for me, man, so more and more I started believing, I don't know if it's divine intervention, I don't know if it's kismet, I don't know what it is, but sometimes you see certain things line up in your life where it just seems like this has to be the way, this seems ordained. Because for me, when I was like knowing so little about the wrestling industry, I thought, man, FCW's in Tampa? So if they sign me and I'm terrible, I'm from Tampa. My parents have a house in Tampa. So worst case scenario, I'm awful at this. They fire me after 3 months. I'll stay with my parents, save up a little bit of money, go back to Iowa, work on my degree because I was in grad school at the time, and move on from there. So for me, it just felt like a risk worth taking. And man, it's a job that I took on a whim. I didn't know if I could be good at it. And this is 2009. This is like almost 14 years later. And I've had all these incredible experiences. I've traveled the world. So, man, it's been a godsend.
Turned out you were pretty damn good.
I'm all right at it. I was okay at it.
To say the least.
I want to pick up. We're going to take a 60-second break. We're going to pick up where the story left off there as he gets into the WWE. I do want to point out, bravo to you for talking about mental health, because I think if all of us can sit there, especially men, and talk about the impact on mental health. I had my therapy today at 12. I told Braylon I couldn't go out to lunch with him today because I had my therapist from 12 to 1 today. Yeah. I think the world of you, if the WWE champ can talk about mental health and get his mind right, God bless you for sharing that story. That is incredibly brave and awesome of you, and it helps knock out that stigma. Going to take a break. We'll pick up some WWE, talk more about the Panthers, and perhaps get Maz involved here. He wants to hit you with a few Seinfeld.
I love it.
But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. That is where we are right now, at the corner of 15 and Woodward in the great city of Birmingham. But you can walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars. One for you, your parents, your kid, your girlfriend, your wife, but you can't have both. Keep that in mind. You either have a wife or a girlfriend.
Today you can have both.
Yeah, you can't have both. Open 7 days a week. Walk in any time. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. Hey, we got there. 43,000 subscribers.
Look at that. That's all
on
you got.
YouTube. Let's head up to 50 now. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers. Let's shoot for shoot by the end of the summer. How about that?
100%.
When we started this venture about a year and a half ago,
13?
about 13,000 subscribers, up to 43,000 subscribers. Just incredible participation here on the network, Detroit's first ever all-digital sports network. If you can't watch live, you can download the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. Of course, woodwardsports.com for clips and merchandise. I wanted to pick up the story where we left off. And we've got the former WWE heavyweight champion of the world. Is that all right? Can I say that?
You don't have to say, you don't have to say former. You just say WWE champion.
Yeah, all right. Always. Once a champ, always a champ. Yeah. But Big E is in the house. So you get into the WWE, you find out you're pretty damn good at it. And what are you thinking? What are you thinking outside of the ring? Like, do you ever sit back and say, how did this happen? How did this happen? I mean,
I do that all the time, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. I was texting my friends. So I have a group of friends, and one thing I love about college football is my closest friend, my oldest friends in the world. There's a group of us. We're all from the same class. We lived in a house together. We took so many of the same classes together. So it was like Rashad Dunn, Lucas Cox, Mike Sabers. Those are my guys. So, and the cool thing with our travels too in WWE is like I get to see so many of them over the years, and I'm just from town to town. I've seen them all in the last year. But man, I have these moments all the time where I stop and I say, "What is my life, man?" I feel so grateful. Even like I got to do Family Feud.
How was that?
It was incredible, man.
I've always wanted to be on Family Feud.
It was so Steve, I completely just seeing him work the crowd, seeing how natural he is. I get it, man. It's incredible. Even getting to do I watched Wheel of Fortune every single day at dinner my entire childhood. I got to do Wheel of Fortune, 2 shows, man. Like, so I have so many of these moments where as a kid, I didn't really. I wanted things out of life and I was ambitious, but and many times I thought I might never leave the state of Florida. I think I just saw life as being much smaller, and I thought of myself as not having the ability to do all these incredible things. So, everything I've been able to do in WWE, traveling the world, all the accomplishments, just the connection with the fans, I feel so grateful because I feel like I'm 37, I get to be a kid every single day, man. I get to have fun with my friends. Wrestling is a pretty selfish business. You have to be selfish to make it. And I never fathomed that I'd make two close friends in Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods who become like family for me, man. That's really special. So I look at my life all the time.
Kofi's a Chicago guy, right?
Kofi is a Boston guy.
He's Boston
guy.
Okay.
He's from Ghana originally, but his parents moved to Boston. So he grew up in Boston. So yeah, man, I think all the time, man, I'm really, really blessed to do everything I have in my life.
You just kind of set the scene for the next question. And I got the timeline, so I don't want to skip. But when you get, how it is. Let me skip around. Obviously, I don't want to go over 2012. You beat Seth Rollins. You get a chance to win the NXT. But then you move up to the big boy stage. Then you move up to WWE and you start working with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee, if I'm not mistaken. Talk about what it was to go from I'm hurt at Iowa, what's next, FCW, NXT. Now you with the big boys and Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee.
Yeah, so I was in FCW for 3 years, training on a daily basis, trying to work on my craft, and for a while there are times where you just don't know, like, am I going to get called up one day? Am I going to get fired one day? Because there are times where in FCW I would be in some of these matches with, we might have an 8-man tag, and no disrespect to anyone, but everyone else in the match is someone who ended up getting fired in 3 months or so. So I'm like, do they see me in the same light as these guys? Like, am I on the chopping block too? Am I never going to get a chance to go to the main roster? So you never really know. And then finally, when, the first time I got a call to go up, when I thought I was going to get called up, is I went in with the Shield. So it was Roman, it was Dean, it was Seth, and me. And they just had a pay-per-view. And we were all there. They didn't really tell us why, and we were just kind of hanging out. And I think they were trying to decide if we debuted that day or what it was. And originally, actually, there was an idea that all 4 of us would be together.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, that seems very odd because those guys, if you're into wrestling at all, I'd say the Shield is a top 5 faction, if not higher on that list, but definitely top 5. They've done incredible things in their careers. And I don't think I would have fit well, and I also don't think I wouldn't have been able to fully show my personality in that role either. But anyway, so I came up. Those guys ended up debuting, and I think a month later I debuted. And my very first thing I did was coming out in Philadelphia. My old teammate, Julian Verdeveldi, who played with the Eagles for a little bit as an offensive lineman, he was in the crowd. Being able to come out, and I closed the show by leaving John Cena Lang. That was the first thing I did on the main roster is I leave John Cena Lang and we close the show. So
with
for
the
me,
big ending.
The big ending, that's
that.
right. So to be paired with Dolph, who was so incredibly talented and was about to be a world champion, to come in with AJ, who'd really grown just to become this massive personality and was really a pioneer in so many ways in women's wrestling, I consider myself so fortunate coming up, man.
So much that we could talk about. Obviously, from here, you just brought up the New Day. Kof and Woods, they mean the most to you. They mean the world to you guys. Watching you guys, it's great watching you guys in action, the love that you have for each other. But talk about the run to get Kofi the championship in 2019. Watching that as a wrestling fan, I think I was kind of in a place where, all right, I'm getting older, I'm through with wrestling, and maybe it's time to. And then I start watching this run and watching your love you guys. I was like, I'm coming back in, and it was just amazing to see. Talk about that moment where Kofi finally wins it.
Yeah, man, it was special. It was, Kofi is one of the best humans that I've ever met. Just a genuinely great human being, never complains. And he'd always been one of those guys who is so talented, but felt like he kind of hit a glass ceiling in many ways. And we were so having him as a part of the New Day. He was finally getting promos. He was finally getting the chance to talk and show character and get all these opportunities. But he never really got a chance at the big one, at being a world champion. And I think, you alluded to kind of being out. And I think sometimes in our industry, there are moments. We just produce so much television. Everything isn't always compelling. Sometimes we give you some things that aren't always the best. But when pro wrestling, when WWE does it right, when the story comes together, when everything is done the right way, it's special, man. It truly is. Even if you're not a fan, if you get a chance to follow a story like a Kofi Mania, it is truly special. So one of the things I really loved is we were able to tell a story in a different way. Even though Kofi's moment was really about him, and I don't want to say that Woods and I really had any ownership in it. I think the amazing thing is we really just wanted to tell a story about brotherhood, because wrestling is always about who's going to turn on who's going to attack the other.
You're just waiting for it.
It's always about, but we wanted to tell a different story. What if two guys really love this other dude so much that we're going to go through an hour-long gauntlet tag team match, not to get ourselves a world title opportunity, but to get our brother a world title opportunity.
Anderson, Shinsuke Nakamura was in
there. Yeah, you remember more than that. I don't remember everyone in there. I think you're right. Yeah, that's right.
I was dialed in, man.
Yeah, you were dialed in, clearly, and I appreciate that. But, man, so to me that was so special is because it comes from a real place. That brotherhood is real because when we started on this idea in 2014 to come together to join a faction. In fact, yesterday was the 9-year anniversary from the start of Woods and I first talking about it. Because on that day, I had the Intercontinental title. I lost it to Wade Barrett. Woods, who had just debuted, he had a handicap match with Rusev and got killed immediately. And Kofi was just kind of floundering. So we both saw the writing on the walls, me and Woods, and we realized, man, if we don't take our career into our hands, if we just kind of passively accept whatever's given to us, we're going to be lost. We always thought Kofi's going to be fine because he's Kofi. He's a staple. He'd been around longer, and he just been fans loved him already. But we thought, man, it's time to do something with our careers. So we generated this very real and very natural bond from the get-go. And it was very much it was hard to get this idea off the ground. There were so many people who told us the idea was silly, we shouldn't be doing this. Even Big Show came up to us and said, stop wasting Kofi's time, you're bringing him down. What? And we're look, for real. And wow. I'll say his name, and other people did it too, but I'll say his name because he came to us and apologized and said, look at all the things you guys have done now. And he understood. But at the time, there's so many people who were just resistant to us trying to do something, trying to get this group off the ground. So from that point, I think moments like that, you can either fracture and decide, you know what, nah, let me just cut bait. You can either move apart or you can come together. And for us, that was the first instinct. Come together, man. We're going to make this thing work. I don't care who doubts us. I don't care who tells us this is silly, that we'll never make it. Like, nah, man, I know what we have is special. I know our chemistry is special. Y'all might not see our talent, but we see our talent. So we had that mindset from the beginning. It was sink or swim. And so from the outset, we had this very natural chemistry and bond. Even before we were on TV, we were traveling together, we were riding around together, we were shooting ideas around it. We'd go home and we were shooting promo ideas across from each other. We're just texting each other, emailing each other. We committed so much of our lives to making sure this idea that would later be called the New Day worked. So that brotherhood was real. That brotherhood was very, very real. So for us, it meant the world to see Kofi become a world champion, to do it at WrestleMania, to be there supporting him, to tell a story of brotherhood. The way it all came out too was amazing. So many times you have different ideas of how you want the creative to unravel than actual creative. The people in the office, they have other ideas. But for some reason, every single week that we showed up to TV, it felt like, oh, this is a great idea. Man, I'm excited about it. So it just all unraveled the right way. And man, that to me is still truly one of the most special stories in wrestling history.
100%. And you guys do it the right way. I know up, down, down league that you guys started together. Obviously, that's Woods' deal, but you guys do it together. And then obviously the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So that's great. But talk about that moment. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about the moment. JB, you know where I'm going. It was so amazing to see Kofi win in that moment. Yeah. I've been watching wrestling. I went to WrestleMania 3 and the Pontiac Silverdome. My dad played for the Lions, so it was easy for me to get there. But you're talking about Kofi being the first black to win the title, and he gives it to Dwayne Johnson. But they announced it as such. You're talking about black men crying. Grown men, 50 years old, 60 years old, guys that have been watching forever, have never seen that strap lifted. But with the exception of Dwayne Johnson, no disrespect to him because he is half. So, but it was. I just had a half and half soup. It was crab bisque and clam chowder. It was a half and half.
I love you, man. You're my guy.
But just talk about that moment because it was. I saw grown men crying. I watched WrestleMania. I watched it downtown at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm watching grown men cry for that moment. How did that make you guys feel, especially with Kofi's kids in the ring as well?
Oh, man, it was special. Even there's a video that circulated for a while. Rest in peace to Shad Gaspard.
Shad, yeah.
There's a video of Shad.
Saved his son, by the way.
Yes, I know. That's how he passed away, saving his son from drowning. So Shad was with MVP, and seeing them, like, they're watching at a bar or something, and you see them get emotional, and then hug each other. And these are guys who have done this. They're in the industry. Yeah. They've been through it all. It's so easy to get jaded, and it was such a pure moment for so many people. And I think for a lot of people, it was also this feeling of, we all can identify with this feeling of having a glass ceiling over our heads, or feeling like, man, I work as hard as that guy or that woman, or I'm talented. I give my all to my job or my career, or whatever it is. And for some reason, they keep telling me no. They say I'm not good enough. I don't have the look, or whatever it is. Yeah. To feel like these barriers exist, and then to feel like finally that barrier was gone. We broke through that barrier. To me, I think that's why I love that story, is because I think the best stories in our industry, you're able to extrapolate and kind of resonate with your own life and your own family, your own job, whatever it is. So I think it really resonated with a lot of people, and that meant so much to me. And you're right, too, bringing his kids in.
It was
so
amazing
many times,
to see, man. Same outfits you guys had on.
Exactly, man. It was amazing, and his kid, he's such a great family man too. So that way, that makes it so special, because I know how much he loves his sons, and now he's a daughter as well. But he's just so invested in his kids, and having them be a part of that moment is truly special. There's so many things that you forget in wrestling that you'll do, but when I'm 50, 60 years old, I'll still remember that moment of that's a moment he'll have with his family that they'll never forget.
Biggie, can we keep you for one last segment?
Let's do it.
Can we keep you for one more? I promise. One more. Because we got to talk about, obviously, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta. I want to talk about them. And then we got to talk about your individual run. We got to talk about when it became important to Big E. And also, got to ask you about your neck, brother.
Yeah.
Got to ask you about your neck. So we'll do that.
He's going to keep you here for 2 hours.
So be it.
But first, a message from Les Stanford.
Take your shoes off.
Les Stanford has expanded into Ferndale, a trusted name for over 50 years. Les Stanford Buick GMC, same great service that customers have come to know. Go check them out on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. Of course, looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn, there on Michigan Avenue. You can find the brand you want under one umbrella, lesstanford.com, lesstanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
WWE superstar Big E in the house. WWE champ. We got a belt here. Big E in town. MC for the Michigan Panthers game tomorrow night, Ford Field. Saturday night, 7:30. Always a great time there. Braylon and I were at the game on Sunday afternoon, late Sunday afternoon. About 10,000 people there. It was fantastic.
It was more there than the Tigers game.
It is a great experience, and I encourage everybody out there to give it a shot. Give it a shot and tell me you don't like it. Tell me you don't want to go back, because it was a fantastic, fantastic experience. Big E is with us right now. We're talking about his individual run now, Braylon, in the WWE.
Yeah, 100% Big E. So obviously you, the New Day, Kofi, you guys, you have him hoist the trophy. You guys are there. You guys are there for it. But then at the end of the day, everybody's starting to wonder, when's Big E's run? When Big E's turn? People of the WWE universe, me included, when's his run? And then they both get injured, and you start your run. Talk about 2021. I'm going to speed past 2019 to 2021. Money in the Bank, 2021, and then eventually you cash in. Just talk about that ride from tag team to now I'm an individual. Now it's me. Oh, wait, now I'm this. Talk about that.
You know, it was exciting because, you know, for a while, I think I got to this point, not that I was bored being with Kofi and Woods, but I think I was ready for a new challenge. Yeah. And I think for a while I was thinking, like you said, it was around the pandemic, around 2020. Finally, they're like, all right, let's have you do some single stuff. And I was excited about that. It was a different challenge. So, winning the Money in the Bank was special, man. That was really special. For one, the match was great. The match was incredible because you had incredible talent like Ricochet in there, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. You had so many and to me, like winning something like the briefcase or winning a title, if the match is terrible, it really puts a damper on the title win, you know? But the match was so good, and that made it special. But for me, for one, I'm not great with heights. I don't love heights, so being up there on that ladder, I was a little...
Oh, is that why you look like that?
A little bit. Yeah, that was the relief that I was done.
But I only did this because I knew I was
exactly. And actually, honestly, every other ladder match I've had, it's typically a tag team ladder match, and I always make sure like I'm the one either holding the ladder or I'm down beating someone up. You never see me climb. The only time I think I've ever climbed that bad boy was when I won it, and that'll be the only time I ever climb it. But it was a special moment, man. And I always tell people, like, I feel bad for, we had like Drew McIntyre was a world champion, but during the pandemic,
COVID,
yeah, and that's the like. And he is so deserving, and it's so incredible, and he carried the company during that time. But the problem is you're not getting that feedback, man. And what we do, obviously, you know, you play ball and you want a great crowd, but that's not the main reason you're there. That's not the point of it. But in what we do, it's all about crowd reaction. That's the whole point. You can have the best match ever, you can have the best promo ever, but if the people are sitting on their hands, who cares? It's all about that crowd reaction. So to get the kind of pop that I got, that people were invested and cared, man, that is truly special. And I always feel thankful that people cared, because there's so many people. I look around. There are people taller than I am, bigger than I am. I think they're better promos, better wrestlers for sure. So I feel I'm really grateful to the fans who pushed for me, who always supported me, who wanted to see me get that run. But that was just a really special moment winning that briefcase. And also being the first African-American holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase. I didn't even know that was a thing until I won it. But man, it was a very, very special night, and I'm grateful I had to have a chance for it.
And then on to the WWE Championship. I mean, what? I almost swore there. But I mean, growing up a wrestling fan, for me, I couldn't even imagine myself legitimately in that ring holding that belt, looking around and saying I did it.
Yeah, man. It was so that was in Boston. And we're Boston special because that's where Kofi's from. Like I said, I also have my sister. Unfortunately, couldn't make it because she was busy, but she lives in Boston too. My mom went to BC and Tufts. So there's so many and my mom's sisters. So many of them lived in Boston as well. So Boston for me, even as a kid, we were always going every now and then going back to Boston or talking to our family in Boston. So having that connection to Boston was really amazing. And, so I cashed in the briefcase on Bobby. I put out the tweet before kind of calling my shot saying, I'm cashing in today and this is what I'm doing. So that moment, I still remember that moment of the 1, 2, 3. And it's one of the most pure feelings ever. I wish I could bottle that and give it to people because I just felt like I lost control of my body. Once I won, I just felt like that moment, the adrenaline, that feeling, looking around and seeing so many people standing up, cheering, clapping for me, screaming at the top of their lungs, that's special, man. That's what you dream of. When you start wrestling, you dream of having a moment like that. And I've had the opportunity to have some really special moments in my career, and that one was truly special. That look of joy on my face when I won it was something special. Because for a while I thought, all right, I'm going to be a tag team specialist. I spent so many years in my career wrestling as a tag team specialist, and the one thing that made that special too is the gear that I'm wearing, that blue kind of chandelier design. It's actually inspired from an album that in many ways kind of changed my life. It's called Below the Heavens by Blue in Exile, one of my favorite hip hop albums. Actually, it is my favorite hip hop album of all time. And later, because of that, I actually got to meet those guys.
Wow.
They did a tour for the album, and I got to go to a show and introduce them. For me to be able to combine something like that, an album that was really special for me, one that I loved, one that I actually listened to a lot in college when I was struggling mentally, and to have that moment with the WWE Championship in a city like Boston, which I have so many ties to, was really, really special. And then from then on, it was just jumping into. I got the opportunity to do things like the Breakfast Club. I got to do, what else did I do during that run? Just so many of these opportunities I never dreamed of in different settings was really special because holding that WWE Championship, it's not just about the in-ring. There's also a ton of media obligations and things they ask of you as well. And I was excited to bear that mantle. So it was a fun time for me.
Big E, can I play a little game with you?
I love
Not
games.
A game, just a quick one here. I'm going to give you some names. You tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the name.
Let's
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Vince McMahon.
Boss.
Triple H.
The Game. It's not a good answer. It's just a nickname. I don't know.
Hulk Hogan.
Pass.
Oh, yeah?
Just keep going.
Pass.
We'll just keep going.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. I'm gonna tell her. I know it's rapid fire.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So Stone Cold. We did this thing on 316 Day. I was just telling this story actually. I've always been high and by with Stone Cold for the most part, just because he's a busy man and passing at TV. This is the one time he actually sat down. We were doing his promotion for the new 2K video game, and he was amazing, man. Sat there for half an hour or so, told the most incredible stories. Was so warm, so engaging, so funny. I became I was almost fanboying just based off of him being so amazing and cool. So a lot of love for Austin.
He was on our Fox show that we did last week because he was promoting that new show that he does, Stone Cold Takes on America. And it's funny, I think maybe when you get out of it, when you get out of that maybe some do.
Yeah.
Maybe
Out of
some
character,
do. Well, not out of character, but you get away from the ring. Like
it's like Kobe.
Your days in the ring are not there anymore. You're not. The crowd isn't cheering your name anymore. Maybe you become a little bit more humble for some anyway. You spend time with the younger guys. Last one, The Rock.
The Rock. The GOAT, man. The GOAT in many ways. That's a debatable thing.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
I think when I think of the GOAT, I guess I think of him just as an entertainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a whole.
Yeah.
Because I think,
transcends every level of entertainment.
And I think for so long there's been a stigma against pro wrestlers and WWE superstars and us doing other things in entertainment. Yeah. And he, to go from being a WWE superstar to the biggest name in Hollywood, maybe the biggest name on the planet, has been incredible. So I think he's been a big part of kind of knocking down a lot of the stigma about who pro wrestlers are, what they can bring to the table. So I feel like, a lot of things that I'm able to do, I don't know if I'm able to do them if it's not for guys like Dwayne. And you see Batista now killing it in Hollywood, John Cena. So it's in many ways I'm grateful for a guy like him who has just changed the perception of what it means to be a WWE superstar outside of the ring.
There's so many people. That are here today and are in awe of you. Are you in awe of anybody that you've met along the way?
I mean, honestly. Braylon is a legend. Growing up, playing ball. I'm serious.
From The Rock to Braylon.
But I'm serious. But so I think was it the first time we went was on the plane?
On the plane.
Yeah. Where we headed? Was that?
We went to Iowa.
To Iowa.
Big Ten
Okay.
Championship.
Yeah.
We're in Indianapolis.
To Indianapolis. Yeah. That's right. So meeting you, bro. All right, I get it, but I'm 37, and as a college football legend, as a nut, what was the story about on the plane?
Yeah, the mask. All I could see was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All I saw was this.
Yeah, that's right. We were still. That was the time we were still super masked up on planes, and I had my beanie on. I had my mask on. This man recognized me somehow just through the eyes. I was like, I was. How did you know that?
It was the shoulders. Right. It was the shoulders.
Probably also the chest and the shoulders. That's it too.
I mentioned you were Chevin, so you had the belt.
That's right. But nah, man. But you were. But you're a legend, man. You are a legend. That. So it's and even I got to do Big Noon Kickoff too, and we're talking about Reggie Bush.
Yep,
bro, Reggie Bush. Are you kidding me?
We went to dinner.
That's right.
We went to dinner. I got the picture. I think it's somewhere.
The dinner's at this table. It's Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn, Urban Meyer, and I brought my boy and Rob Stone. I gotta give love to Rob Stone too. Rob is the man. Rob is incredible. Rob is a huge wrestling fan too. And the great thing is too, so I brought my buddy Mike Sabers, who is one of the four of us who play ball together, one of my best friends on the planet. And y'all showed him so much love, and we're so cool to him, and that means the world to me. And he lives in Iowa still, that's his home. So that night, that picture that you see is so amazing to me because I'm with the legends of college football, guys that I grew up not grew up, not that much, but around that time.
We're same age.
Yeah. But, just had, so much admiration for what you did on the field, in the league, in college. So that, to me, truly was one of the moments of really geeking out as a college football lover.
That picture made me want to get my ass in shape. Because every time I look at it, man, these guys look too good. Go ahead, man.
Hey, Big E, I give you my chair any day of the week, man. You gotta visit us more often. You're here for the Panthers games. Come on in.
I'd love to. I'll be back the next 2 weeks. I'm back again, and then I'll be back again for the final home game as well.
Listen,
don't give him your number.
When I saw your Twitter, I went on your Twitter handle.
Yeah.
And everyone puts their little bio in. Like mine says, Rocky, number one fan, Seinfeld fan, number one dad. That's mine. Yours is a quote from George Costanza.
Yes.
In the opposite, which is one of my all-time favorite Seinfeld episodes.
Yes.
And I'm so excited that you are a Seinfeld junkie like me, because these guys, I can't talk with these guys. I can't.
I respect it. I got into it late. Yeah. I got into Seinfeld late, but I watch every now and again.
But I love it, man. What do you love so much about it?
So I don't know what it was. So I got into it. It was shortly after it went off the air. I think when I was a kid, when it was on, I don't think I quite got it. But so when it was on TBS all the time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So my ritual is I would just grab my plate and then I would go to my parents' room when everyone else was eating, and I would go sit in there and just watch Seinfeld while I was eating dinner. And I don't know what it was, but it just resonated with me. It was just so funny to me. And then there's so many scenarios that I didn't really quite understand when you're that age, but as you get older, so like my love for it has only grown as I understand a lot of the relationship stuff, the stuff with Jerry and Elaine, like I get more. So it's just, to me, it's so funny. It's one of those shows that is so comforting to me. I have a friend who named Mia who designs a bunch of clothes. She also loves Seinfeld as much as I do. Oh. And we can just sit and watch Seinfeld. I've watched Seinfeld for 10 hours straight with her. Like just sitting on the couch, hanging out. We're just going to watch Seinfeld for 10 hours.
I watch it every night before I go to bed because it puts me in a good mood before I go to bed. I can't help it.
I get it. I respect it.
If I don't ask
you so much, man.
He's a resident uncle around here, man. He's Uncle Maz, man.
I love it.
If I don't ask these questions, Fletcher's going to kill me because he didn't make the graphics for it. So I'm going to ask you, a wrestler, yes. You tell me, would you want him on your football? If you own the franchise, would you want him on your team? And what position would he play?
Let's do it.
We can go down in order. You got the pictures, JB? We'll start with Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, I'll definitely have him on my team. I'm trying to think of a position for Randy. You know, Randy might be I think a tight end. I think Randy as a tight end.
6'5", 250?
Right. I don't know if he's quite 250, but at least he's in that ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah.
John Cena.
John Cena played college football at a small, I think he was a lineman somewhere at a small school. I definitely put John Cena on my team. I'm trying to think of a position for him. He's about 6'1", 250-ish. Maybe put him at Mike. Let's put him at, he'll be a linebacker.
He'll be like a London Fletcher.
There we go.
Like 100%. You guys got a great relationship too.
Yeah, actually, so there's a video online if you're into weightlifting stuff.
I've seen
of me benching 575, which is the best I've ever benched. But
wait, say that again.
575 pounds. No wrist wraps. No elbow sleeves. No shirt.
Just
none of that. No,
strength.
Just strength.
Damn.
With an F. With an F. Just strength. Yeah. But mind you, at the time, and I'm wearing the Iowa football team representing at the time. But so this is like a decade ago. I can't do that now. Don't even ask me to do anything close to 575. But at the time, man, I was getting it. So I did that at Cena's gym, bench 575, and he was super supportive. This is actually, so he did a build-up. It was Rock versus John Cena, like once in a lifetime, even though they did it again the next year. But that was the way it was built.
Vince.
Yes, you know.
Vince.
But anyway, so that was part of the promotion. He told me, if you hit this bench press, I'm a nobody in FCW at the time. If you hit this bench press, I'll make sure that it's in the doc. And he did. So it's really cool. You can just look it up online. But yeah, that's my guy.
Man, his word. Seth Rollins.
I'll definitely have him on my squad. He's kind of has a wide receiver build. Yeah. I don't know about the hands. And I don't have any hands, so I'm not
at safety.
That's a great call.
Put him at safety.
Yeah, he'll hit too. He'll lower his head, so I'll put him at safety.
He's an Iowa guy, of course.
He is an Iowa guy.
Of course. Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Of the Shield.
That's easy. Roman Reigns played
Georgia Tech.
He played tackle or end of Tech. I think he was a tackle at Tech. He was a tackle at Tech. He's a little bit leaner now. I'll put him. I'll kick him out to end because he's around like 260 these days. But yeah, he's no brainer.
He's on a crazy run. Look, I gotta ask you this serious question. I know we've had a lot of fun, but March 11th, 2021. You had 2022 last year. You injured your neck, very serious injury. Talk about where you are with your neck, and talk about when the next time guys like myself, guys like Ryan, JB, everybody shoot up. When can we see you again, or will we see you again?
So yeah, for those who don't know, so I broke my neck in Birmingham, like you said, March of last year.
2 days after your birthday.
Yeah, shortly after. So I broke my C1 in 2 places and my C6. And for anyone who knows anything about necks, your C1 is a very important bone. And I really didn't think it was that bad in the moment. So there was a belly-to-belly suplex that kind of went awry, and I didn't land flat on my back, which I usually do. Ended up landing on my head and broke my neck. But my first thing was, I remember, all right, this isn't great, but I was never out or anything. I didn't lose consciousness, didn't have stars, no concussion. So I know, all right, I'm good there. But I was like, all right, I probably shouldn't get up and move. I knew we were near the end of the match anyway, so it's fine. But, initially, and I have to give so much credit to the EMTs, to the medical staff, because for me, not thinking it was that big of a deal, I was ready to, all right, let me get up and move. But thankfully, they were there before I even had, like, the option to think about, like, standing up. They made sure to stabilize my neck. They did all the right things. Also, thankfully, we were in Birmingham, which is where we send everyone. When I had my meniscus surgery, we went to Birmingham. So it was just a short drive down the road to go to a hospital I'm familiar with, to work with doctors that are incredible
Dr.
at what
Anderson's
they do.
down there somewhere?
Yeah, that's right.
Dr. Anderson, yeah.
Dr. Anderson at Birmingham. Or Andrews. Dr. Andrews.
Dr.
Dr. Andrews, yep.
Excuse me. Wrong name.
So I worked with Dr. Dugas there, who was incredible, someone I'd known for quite some time. So that familiarity and knowing I was in the best hands was great. But the big thing for me was I really wasn't too worried because they squeezed my fingers to make sure my strength was fine. I was able to move them around. All my limbs were good. So I was like, all right, this isn't that bad. But then I got to the hospital, they run some tests and everything, and they tell me I do indeed have a broken neck. And, the sobering thing is, too, I got a chance to talk to a couple spine specialists, and they said, hey, if this was me, I wouldn't be alive right now if this happened to me. And they said, thankfully, I have a column of a neck. And a lot of that's, amateur wrestling, doing a lot of neck bridges. I played football for so long. So thankfully, I spent a lot of time. And actually, I had a little bit of a minor herniation in my neck a year or two prior. So for a while, I kind of lapsed on my neck exercises. But after that, I was doing neck stuff all the time and just working on strengthening my neck. So I think a lot of those things really saved me in so many ways. But then talking to a couple spine specialists and saying, hey, if you landed just a little bit differently, that's a stroke. A little bit differently here, that's paralysis, death. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about some heavy stuff. So right now, as far as where I'm at right now, it's been about 14 months. I took the scans, the 1 year mark. They look good, thankfully. But right now, there's really no timetable. Right now, I wish I could give you an answer. There's no real timetable. Yeah. It's just what I have is called a Jefferson fracture, or what I had. Of the C1, and fractures like that, it's oftentimes you see in like diving accidents. I don't want to speculate. There was a tight end, I think from Oregon a few years ago, who died. I don't know if this was the exact injury, but I know he had a diving injury and unfortunately passed away. So we're talking about like it's serious, man. That kind of injury, that Jefferson fracture, is a serious fracture. And I was just very fortunate that there was no displacement. So when the bones broke, they all just stood in place, because if that, a few millimeters here or there, we're talking about your brain stem. We're talking about your spinal cord. So I consider myself extremely fortunate. A lot of people, I appreciate the sympathy and everything, but for me, I'm like fist pumping, because I think about how bad it could have been. Yeah. I think about what my life could have ended up looking like, or being in a wheel. Who even knows? And to have no issues with pain, with function. I was in the gym 2 weeks after I broke my neck. I feel great. I feel tremendous. And beyond that, man, I have so much support. That's really what has made this period so much better and easier than it could have been. Is I had people like Mustafa Ali sent me, because people know I love Seinfeld. He sent me a Lego Seinfeld set. I had friends as soon as I broke my neck. I had friends sent me there's a coffee table Seinfeld game. People also, I love to talk about meditation. It's something I do on a daily basis. So alongside all the Seinfeld stuff, I got a bunch of books on meditation and whatnot. So I got so much love from fans online. So I had hundreds and hundreds. It took me 3 days to get back to everyone via text. Trying as much as I could. It still took me 3 days. But I have had so much support from WWE, truly. I don't mean that brown nose or anything, but the company has been awesome with me. From my friends, from family. Everyone's been so incredible. Like, there's been no point where I went through a lull or was sad or depressed. I've been in such great spirits, and I'm so thankful. My health has been great. So I always want to say thank you to everyone who has shown me love, who supported me, everyone's been great. And it really, in many ways, not that my faith in humanity needed to be restored, but in anything, it just elevated it. Yeah. It really is. It can be easy to focus on all the hate or all the negativity, but there's a lot of good people out there, man, that really support you. So I'm appreciative for that.
God is good, man.
Absolutely. It opened up some new doors as well. You never know what comes of it. Hey, you're going to present that belt tomorrow to the Michigan Panthers.
Yes, sir.
No doubt about it.
If it leaves the studio.
7:30 is the game time tomorrow at Ford Field. You will see Big E on the field, and really a great entertainment team around the stadium. So get your tickets. You can get them on Ticketmaster or at the Ford Field box office. office. Michigan Panthers and the Memphis Showboats tomorrow at Ford Field in the USFL.
Don't be surprised if we don't see Big E for like 2 years. Like, we literally took an hour.
Right.
We're supposed to be 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He's
really
never coming back now.
That's why I had to get it all in.
12 minutes turned into an hour. Last one. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I know where it's going to be. Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Detroit Lions. Are you now a Lions fan?
Oh, I'm definitely a Lions fan, man. And problem is I want to talk for an hour about those guys now. So I saw Jack Campbell, crazy. I saw him as soon as he got drafted. We were at the elevator at the Shinola. We stayed at the same hotel. So Jack and I, we met. Do we need to close?
No.
Okay, because I don't want to tell this long story.
It's Friday.
I will keep you as long as
you
you
want.
want.
All right.
I'm trying to get you
Yeah,
on here
no.
because you have been so generous with your time.
No, I like talking to y'all too much. So,
okay.
you want, so I met.
Can we take a break then and come
Let's
back?
take a break and come back.
All right. But first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Yes, Planet Fitness is your judgment-free zone. Well, right now they have a special offer where you can work out for $1 down and only $10
Only
a month.
$10?
Only $10?
Yes, guys,
$1?
only $10. But you have to hurry up because that offer does end soon. But with more than 50 convenient locations around the Metro Detroit area, there's always a Planet Fitness nearby. So join in club today, or as always, check them out online at planetfitness.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Hey guys, let me tell you about Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts. When you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house, tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people means one thing. They are the best. Call this number, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
Hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Woodward Sports. 43,000 plus subscribers on that platform. If you are watching live right now, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Also, woodwardsports.com for all the latest news, articles, updates, show clips, merchandise, and more. We have Big E in the house, WWE superstar. Big E was just telling a story about Jack Campbell at the Shinola Hotel. I will let you pick up the story from their Lions first-round draft pick.
Yes, so I met Jack a year or two prior, when I was in town for one of the Big Noon kickoff Iowa games. Great dude, super humble, massive dude. You meet him in person, he's massive. He looks to be all of 6'5". But actually, so the guy that got me signed, who was referencing earlier, Mike Humple, who played with the Steelers, he's a chiropractor now in the Iowa City area, and he works on Jack. So that's where I met him, meeting up with Mike. And I've heard nothing but positives about Jack as a human. So I think he's one of those guys who's just going to work his behind off. He's a stud. He tested really well. You see a guy of his size at the combine, man, he moved well. So I think you guys got a great linebacker there. But it was just wild to have met Jack. He's one of the few guys on the team currently who I've met and talked to, more than high and by. And then just to randomly see him at the hotel, at the elevator. Beyond that, we get on the elevator. We're on the same floor. We go up to our rooms. His room is right next to mine. So just the chances that we were there. But and he was wearing, I don't think you've seen the pictures of him in the white shirt with the black tie. And with the Lions hat on. So he must have just come back from whatever he did, press responsibilities, whatever. But man, I'm just so genuinely happy for him. I want to pose this to y'all. How do you feel about the Lions' first round? Because I know there's a lot of scuttlebutt about their choices with taking a running back and a linebacker in the first round. I want to hear what are your thoughts, Braylon?
Fletch, can you find what Braylon felt about the first round?
Don't show Big E. Don't show Big E that video.
But don't worry about it, Fletch.
If he finds we'll play. Let me know. If not, so basically, I love the Lions draft after the fact. Like, it was one of those situations where Thursday night, I didn't understand Jack Campbell at 18. I didn't understand it. I know his size. I know he tested well, but he ran 6'5" and he's 6'5". I mean, he ran 4.65 and he's 6'5". In the NFL, that's tough. That's tough. You got to be able to be fast. You look at all the middle linebackers in this league that operate from 15 to 1. All those guys are like 5. They're like 6'3", 6'2". They're 240 pounds, 235 pounds. They all run 4.50 and lower. So I was just a little nervous about it. But Jahmyr Gibbs, they drafted back. I think it was a smart move. It's one of those things where you don't see it at first, Biggie, but then as you start seeing it, it's too late. Brad Holmes saw it, and I think we got to start giving him more credit. Like we said, we gave him credit, but then during the draft, we were like, oh, what the hell is he doing? Oh, what the hell is he doing? If you say you rock with somebody, then you got to rock with him. I think Brad Holmes has his finger on the pulse. And after your story about Jack Campbell, everything else about Jack Campbell and Brad Holmes, who the hell am I? I ain't no scout. And it's not my team. So I felt much better about it Monday. I'm glad I didn't have to work Friday. I'll put it to you like that.
But I love the first round pick of the running back. I mean, look, you have to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Did you see them in this? They scored every time they had the ball in the second half. So if you don't have an explosive offense or playmakers on offense like this kid Jahmyr Gibbs, I mean, no offense to Jared Goff, but Patrick Mahomes, he is not. You've got to have playmakers support him along the offense.
Yeah. No, it was fascinating because I love both the players, but I also understand, kind of in this day and age, the thought is you don't take a running back that high.
Exactly.
Because the problem, you get a guy like Pacheco taken in the 7th round, and you had so many guys who are undrafted, who are in the 6th, 7th round, who give you so much value at running back. So I get that. But Gibbs is special. I think Gibbs is special. He's a guy you can use in the passing game. You can move around in a lot of different positions. And I also get you don't really take you'll take a pass rushing linebacker. You'll take an edge guy in the first round. But typically you don't take inside coverage linebacker. So I get that. But I just think I get there's a difference in philosophies. I think you got two great players. I'm so bad. I'm really intrigued to see how it all shakes out because I like your players a lot.
That's Braylon's reaction to Jack.
It gets better. It gets better.
Was this for Jahmyr or Jack?
This is Jack.
Okay, for Jack. Come on, man. And look, I'm biased. I get it. I want to see as many Iowa first rounders as possible.
You understand about production?
Sure, I get it.
Selling it.
I get it.
You said so. I'm selling it. The only thing is I never came back. I sold it a little too good.
That was a long work day.
It was time to go anyway.
But then they come back the next day and grab Sam Laporta.
Yes.
I mean, tell us about that kid.
I mean, Laporta, look, if you watch Iowa football, and I love my squad, I'm not going to disparage them, but
Iowa, we call him Iowa.
They didn't throw him the ball enough.
We call him Iowa. Do you know why we call him Iowa? Because they ain't got no O.
That's messed up. You're wrong for that. How dare you? Look, our offense is going to be better. I feel good about it. We got a couple Michigan guys now. We got Eric All. We got Cade. So I feel better about it. But yes, you're right. We all want to see some more offense. We want to see some more O. I get that.
Yeah,
but
Iowa.
Yes, but Laporta was a guy, man, who was talk about dependable. So many times, like he was our one receiving threat on a regular basis, very dependable, but also great after the catch. So I think Iowa. I'll say I feel like we're tight end.
Yeah.
You look at the league.
Right now, you are. 100%.
I think right now.
If Ohio State is wide receiver you right now, then you guys are tight end. You look at the league. You look at Noah Fant. You look at George Kittle. You look at T.J. Hockenson, who just left here, and now we pick up Sam Laporta. The way we break the draft down now, this is the way we talk about to make it make sense for people. You don't attach a pick, a round to these players, and you just look at the players slated to the Detroit Lions. Look, this is what the Detroit Lions have, and you're reading these names, and y'all got Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch. Jesus Christ, y'all got Hendon Hooker too. You got all this, and then you're like, if you feel that way, then it doesn't matter what you feel when you attach a round and a rank to it. So I think it's a damn good draft, and it felt like it.
I agree, man. I think the Lions are moving in the right direction too. I think the Lions are. they're a good football team, man. I think they're gonna make a who knows as far as the playoffs and a push there. But I like what they've been doing the last few years.
Who's your favorite team growing up? Was it the Bucs?
I'm a Bucs fan. Yeah. And if I'm being honest, like as I've gotten older, I'm more like I love college football, and because we're so busy, it's hard to dedicate a whole Saturday to sitting down and watching football, and a whole Sunday for me. So I definitely invest more college football wise, but yeah, I grew up a Bucs fan, and we were long suffering Bucs fans. If you remember the old sombrero, the old orange creamsicle, which I hated as a kid.
Oh, don't get beat up! Look behind you.
So I hated them. I hated them as a kid.
That's his favorite uniform.
But I grew to love them.
Yeah.
I got myself a Steve Young Mitchell and Ness throwback because Steve Young was briefly with the Bucs.
100.
Yeah, bro, it's so I've come around now. Don't don't get mad at me, Mez. But I've come around to it. It's cool now. It works now. But yeah, so and obviously it was cool to see Tom come to the city. Brought a lot of excitement to the city too. But yeah, and I just love Iowa guys overall. So seeing Tristan Wirfs come to Tampa, kill it already. I think he's a Pro Bowler.
He won a
Super Bowl already. Yeah, man.
If he doesn't get injured, if he doesn't get injured, that line doesn't get injured 2 years ago.
I know.
They would have beat the Rams in my opinion.
One of the funny things we always say is the Tampa Bay Bucs have won the Lions division, the NFC Central division, more recently than the Lions have won the division, and Tampa's been out of the division for 20 plus years.
That's tough.
That's how rough we've had it here. Can I ask you about SummerSlam coming to coming to Detroit?
We'll be there.
Yeah, we will be there. SummerSlam, Ford Field is the place. When you get outside of WrestleMania, I would probably say SummerSlam is the number 2, right?
Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Royal Rumble?
Rumble's up there too. It's hard to pick one. We have like a few. Like Money in the Bank is now like a tentpole event. We're doing that in London too. Oh, wow. So you have a few now, but SummerSlam arguably too. It's up there.
Just when you get in those, and obviously when you're performing in front of a crowd, no matter where you are, but when you get into these enormous football stadiums for the WrestleManias, for the SummerSlams, for the Royal Rumbles, what is the lead up to that like? I mean, in terms of how you feel about it, the pop of the crowd, how different is that from just a Monday night?
It's
or Thursday, Friday night.
Yeah, we're on a lot of nights. That's a lot. I get it. Right, you got NXT on Tuesdays. That's a lot. Yeah. But honestly, I wish I could tell it is grand. It's obviously going to be at Ford Field. It's huge. But I'm telling you, man, we run so many shows, and people, even WrestleMania, we talk about it as our Super Bowl, which it really is. But when you get into town, like LA week, as talent, it's like, all right, you're coming in straight from TV, and now you got press all day, then you're here or there. So it can be really hard sometimes as talent to take in how grandiose the moment is. Oftentimes, it's really afterwards. Once you get a chance, you get through everything, you're doing your match rehearsal, everything, the show's done, then you're on to the next town or you're flying home. Then sometimes that's when it really sinks in. But obviously, I think the really cool thing now is, I think when I first came on the main roster, we were doing a lot of the bigger pay-per-views were still at arenas. But now we're doing stadiums, and we're doing, even like Rumble, we started moving to a lot of like baseball stadiums, like seated, like 45, 50,000 seaters. But now getting to do like, bro, Ford Field for a show that's not WrestleMania, that's incredible. And honestly, the product, WWE, has been so hot lately. Ticket sales have been off the charts. The product has just been so incredible that it's going to be a big one, man. It's going to be a big event, and it's just great to see. There's so much great young talent like a Solo Sikoa, even Rhea Ripley, who's been around for a while, seeing her really finally get the push she deserves. There's so many people, Bianca Belair, I'm such a fan of. There's such a great crop of younger, newer talent who are really making their way, who are out there getting over, getting established with fans. So it's going to be a massive show for us. I encourage people, get your tickets as soon as possible, because August 5th at Ford Field, SummerSlam is going to be a massive, massive event in Detroit, and I'm really excited for it.
All right, well, we're going to get you out of here, I promise. I see the people behind you like...
Look, it's on me. We were told one segment, and I said, nah. Truly, I said, for Braylon, nah, let's keep it going. For
that's
real,
my
man.
guy. In that case, I'm going to put you on the spot. Mount Rushmore.
Of
WWE.
Or
wrestling, period.
Of WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, WWE.
Okay.
So, let's
put
go.
him on the spot.
Mount, that's hard. It's hard.
It is.
Man, I'll say, let's go Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Let's go Bret Hart.
Okay. Yes.
That's his guy.
Yes.
That's your guy. I love Bret.
That's my favorite.
Bret has always been very complimentary to me too, so I'm a little biased too.
Vince McMahon didn't screw Bret. Bret screwed Bret. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, it's too soon.
Okay.
Too soon.
Man.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm gonna go Andre.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Andre. Here's the thing.
Big man pick. Okay.
Yeah, we'll put Big Man in there.
Has to be on there.
Okay.
And because here's the thing, Mount Rushmore isn't just like the best 4 presidents of all time.
Right.
So the thing too is like, what is Mount? You know,
Yeah,
I feel like it has to be kind of like
presidents.
the foundational pioneers, and then you got to put put Hogan on there. You got to put Hogan in the top 4. Like he's in many ways the MJ of our industry.
And then those eras, it's almost like we compare basketball players all the time. It's impossible. Wilt, Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Bird. I had to throw Bird in there.
Hey, you saw me sad. He deserves it. Bird deserves it.
Kareem. All these, it's so hard to look at all these different eras and then say, "Oh, give me the best 4." But it is a pretty impressive thing that the WWE over the last 45 plus years essentially has.
They still got my ass buying pay-per-views and watching.
My God!
Yeah, we got
Peacock,
premium live events is what we're calling them now. Yes, but yes,
exactly.
Yes,
Peacock 100%.
But I mean, it's just a great product. It has been, and to see the transformation each and every. I don't say generation, but each and every era has their group that these kids now. They're Big E fans. They're Kofi fans. I mean, they're Roman Reigns fans. They're Drew McIntyre fans. Who I love Drew McIntyre. He was at Fox 2 a couple of times when Fox and SmackDown came together.
Yeah. He called a raw deal.
That guy is awesome. I love that guy. So they had me dress up in what I would be as a wrestler. And I thought I was.
Where's this picture?
I was going to say, please send me the.
Where's this picture?
So they had me dress up as I was in overalls and a Lion's Heart helmet and with a sledgehammer, and I was supposed to be like working man or Union Ryan or something like that. He's like, "Who are you supposed to be, Bob the Builder?"
With them overalls, he could have been Big E.
Oh man, he was
loves
fantastic.
Hawkeye overalls.
And then I went down too, when Fox and WWE came to this partnership. I went down to the Performance Center in Orlando. Was that cool or what, man? I mean, you want to talk about the experience of a lifetime. I've covered Super Bowls, World Series, Stanley Cup Finals.
I'm jealous.
But to be at that Performance Center for a kid like me, oh my God, that was incredible, man.
Yeah, man.
It was so cool.
You still got Stone Cold and Charles Woodson
and
like
Triple
2
H.
A's.
I mean, Triple H couldn't have been more gracious. Could not have been more gracious. His time, he sat down with us, and I mean, anything you wanted to ask, anything you wanted to do, we're cutting promos. It was so cool, man. So I couldn't be happier for you. Thank you for your time, my friend. Continued success. You have a seat at Fox 2 at Woodward Sports whenever you want it. Now I don't know. If we took a lot of time with you.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
They might say not so much anymore, but it's all good. It's all good. We're getting thumbs up, so that's good. Presenting a belt tomorrow. Buy the tickets. Ticketmaster, Ford Field box office. Michigan Panthers, Memphis Showboats tomorrow at 7. Braylon? 7:30.
Just appreciate you having me here, man. Like, you're an amazing individual, and like everything you have gotten, everything you will get, you deserve. Like, I wrote down something. You said, how bad could it be? You know what I'm saying? Like, it couldn't be that bad. Just thinking about what your mindset was to the injury. Little things like that is why people love you, Big E, man, and I'm one of them. So support you. Everything you do, you got friends over at Woodward Sports Network, man.
I appreciate you,
Appreciate
man.
you, brother. Man. All the best. All right, we're going to take a break and come right back. And when we
the show's over. I'm going home.
Oh yeah, you
how much time?
No, you got a little bit more time. Give me 45 more minutes, Braylon. Then it's the weekend.
It's Friday.
But first, a message from Alta.
Yes, that's right. At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up? Well, don't worry, because Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Once again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
I love Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back, woodwardsports.com. I think everybody is trying to have a deep breath. Take a deep breath here. Big E in the house. Tom Mazawey, thanks for giving up your chair. We've got everybody gone. Look, Braylon's gone. Braylon's gone. JB is gone. JB is gone. I am here. Fletch is here. Fletch waved to everybody. And look who is back. Tom Mazawey with the easiest Friday he's had in a while.
This chair never looked better.
I'm telling you.
The last hour.
What a great guy.
Wow.
You know, isn't he something else?
Wow. I can't believe the story. I can't believe the broken neck and the back and how if he wasn't as perfectly built as he is, he could be a paraplegic.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
And I just, you know, you see people on television, you see people in their job, and you wonder if how they're like in person, right? I mean, what an incredible guy Big E is. And, yeah, he played football at Iowa. Knew a guy of a guy who turned out to be Jim Ross. Went to a training facility. How do I become a wrestler?
Amazing.
Spent some years in the smaller circuits before getting his big break at WWE, and then ultimately getting on the main roster, working his way up to being WWE champion.
I think we're going to see D-Mac in the WWE one of these days.
Do you think so?
I do. I truly believe we will see D-Mac with the WWE. And, you know, I'm not a big wrestling fan, but I would watch D-Mac do whatever. I mean, the guy, what a passion. You need the passion. If you have the passion, that's half the battle.
I was hoping D-Mac was going to be here. He's done a lot of stuff now with Impact.
That would have been great.
Wrestling. Yeah.
He wrestled last night.
It's incredible. Yeah. And he's getting good at it, too. I've been watching the videos of it. He's
better and better.
Absolutely. The more reps you have, the better.
I'm more excited now for my Iowa guys, too. I'm more excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jack Campbell's going to be a beast. I really believe
These guys are going to be great for the Lions.
We went from a 5'7" linebacker with a big heart in Malcolm Rodriguez, and he's not going anywhere. But now you got this humongous guy as a linebacker, and you don't really see this kind of size. I really believe
because that position now covers.
Yes,
that covers. Yeah.
I really believe that they really did a hell of a job with this draft. It just makes me. I can't wait for September. I know the summer's not even here yet, but I can't wait for football.
No doubt about it. Speaking of football, Maz, I wanted to do this if I could.
Yeah.
Todd McShay put out his 2024 mock draft. It's the way too early mock draft, and I think his 2023 way too early mock draft had, like, of the 10 players in the top 10,
he hit a few.
7 of them were in the top 10. I believe that's what it was. So it is not meaningless, but the reason why I bring it up is because I was curious to see where he had the Lions picking. Every year the Lions are in the top 5, top 10, top 12.
Yep. Not anymore.
No. This year he had the Detroit Lions picking 22,
Isn't that
which
something?
would mean that they are the division champs.
And a home playoff
They are the
game.
division champs. Now, Green Bay had the 28th pick in the draft, but Green Bay
traded
via the New York Jets.
Yeah.
So that 28 pick that the
So he's
Packers
got the
had.
Jets going
So
far.
he's got the Jets going far. And I thought that was the interesting part of the whole way too early mock draft. Not which players
Right.
are going to be taken, but where he had the Lions picking in next year's draft. And it was 22. Which would be a division championship. And isn't that what we think is the floor for the Lions this year?
Well, we hope so. You know, to me, as long as they win 10 games plus, make the playoffs, and win a game, I'm happy. If they win a division, I'm extra happy. Let's face it, they haven't done that since whatever the hell it was. It wasn't even 91, was it?
I think it was 93.
93 or something like that. That was the last time that they won. You just told Big E, Tampa Bay has won this division, and they've been out of it for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So it would be awesome to see. And they, just in case you want to know who he has slotted for the Lions, it's a wide receiver out of Texas. His name is Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy, wide receiver out of Texas, coming to the Lions next year at pick number 22.
And number one, as we put it back up, number one on that list, and a lot of people believe he is the best quarterback in the NFL, in college football right now, and might have been the number one pick this year, to be honest with you, and that's Caleb Williams, the quarterback from USC, Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver from Ohio State, going 2, Drake May, the quarterback at North Carolina, going 3, outside linebacker Dallas Turner from Alabama going 5, and Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama. So 2 Alabama guys going in the top 5, but Caleb Williams from USC going number 1 overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a trade. But nonetheless, I think that was a trade. Maybe it wasn't a trade, but Caleb Williams, USC, a lot of people high on him, and a lot of people have USC a dead lock for the college football playoff here.
They were close last year. If they didn't run into Utah, they were very close of getting in there. Now they're going to be in the Big Ten. This is their last year in the Pac-12. So it would probably be apropos for them to win the Pac-12 this year, as they were the greatest team in that conference's history. Am I not right?
No, I mean, historically, there's nothing like, and I wish they could play in the Rose Bowl.
That would be nice.
But that wouldn't be until the following year in 2024, because the Rose Bowl hosts one of the quarterfinal games in 24 and 25. The Rose Bowl, it's going to be great in 24. This will be the last year of the Final Four playoff, or however they characterize it in college football. Braylon did not take off. He is coming back. I see that in the chat. He was just walking Big E out here. What a beautiful day it is as well. So Braylon will be back in just a minute. But I mean, these mock drafts, and again, you can thank Mel Kiper for that. That goes back to my Mel Kiper take. Absolutely love that. On the Lions, and with the selection of Jack Campbell, too, and those 2 Iowa guys, Tom Mazawey, those 2 players in particular, because Iowa didn't have the best year, I think drew a lot of Braylon's back. How you doing, buddy?
There he comes.
How you doing, man?
He's coming off cloud 9.
Look at this.
Is the show going on?
Yeah, but it's fine. It's Friday. No, it's Friday.
Walk Big E out. Tom went and got a coffee. I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And we'll take some pictures in the back with Big E. But
how cool was that, man?
Now you see why I have such admiration for him. Such a great guy. Like, this is the energy he has for everybody. That's just not me because I know him and because we talked on the plane. Like, I've seen him talk to people he doesn't know. He's the same guy with everybody. Good things happen to good people. He tears his knee up at Iowa. He has depression-wise at Iowa. He deals with it. He handles it. Doesn't know where he's going to go. And look at the road since then. Good things happen to good people.
I love that guy. I love that guy.
Sorry,
we were just talking about it.
JB, did you get your little doll sign?
JB's back too.
Did you get your doll sign?
JB's
he pulled that out of left field.
Hey, JB.
What's that?
Yeah, sorry, I took off for a minute. I just wanted to get this sign.
Let me see. Go grab it.
Bring your little toy back in here. Let me see. There it is.
You guys see
Look at that.
What does it say?
Big E, Feel the Power.
Feel the power, baby.
Oh, my gosh. How cool is that?
I know. This is going in my collection downstairs with all of my
awesome.
signed memorabilia. So
Oh, my gosh. That's so cool.
You need a Big E sweatshirt.
So listen.
How about that intro?
So listen. So you walk him out of the studio.
Right.
And JB is getting ready to do a read or something. We're coming back from commercial. He holds up the Big E action figure. I said, dude, go get it signed.
JB's so chill, laid back, man.
I said, dude, go get it signed right now. And he's like, no, go.
And you know what's so great about him actually coming to get it signed? He actually learned something about the product. So in the packet that he has, it still has on the entry jacket. The jackets he used to wear in the ring. You see some of those in the pictures. They don't make the jackets anymore. Is that what he's telling in terms of the action figures? They don't make the jacket anymore for the action figures.
Too expensive.
Hell yeah, it's too expensive. Yeah. So they don't make. But he hates that. He's like, I wore the jackets for the action figures. He's like, I wore the jackets at WrestleMania so that or pay-per-views, so that then when they make the action figure, it has the jacket attached to it. So.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. All right, guys, how about this? How about we take a break, come right back, we'll regroup. We're going to do a fill-in-the-blank Friday. We're going all over the globe.
Let me say something real quick. Shout out to Fletch and JB for that tremendous hour that was, because we were all over the place. Fletch was making it happen. JB was making it happen. They were sending pictures between the two so they could post. Great job by you guys. Great job.
Without question. Also a great job by Big Boy.
Oh, yeah. It's Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. That's right. Get on down there while you can. Try the classic breakfast items like the strawberry hotcakes or the mouth-watering red velvet waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try out their snack. The strawberry bacon chicken wrap will cool off with a nice summer splash salad. And don't you dare leave without Detroit, without that dessert, that very delicious classic strawberry pie. They've always got that there ready for you. A little whipped cream on there and deep-fried vanilla Oreos or the strawberry hot fudge cake. All that at your local Big Boy.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz on this beautiful Friday, which is Cinco de Mayo, fresh off Big E leaving the studio. We still have a show to do. Maz, I think it's Friday, so that would mean fill in the blank Friday.
All right, it'd be my pleasure.
Come on, Tom Mazawey.
Be my pleasure. Hey,
hi, by the way.
Hi, good to see you guys.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, I'm locked and loaded on the NHL playoffs. Okay. I'm just loving them more than the last few years. I'm
Maple
just
Leafs,
locked and
done.
loaded. You know what Monday is? It's the NHL Draft Lottery.
Ooh.
So
Can we get lucky for once?
Can we get lucky? Here are your odds right now. Put that out by the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're rooting for themselves to win the number one pick. The Red Wings sitting there with only a 5% chance. 5% chance of winning the draft lottery.
What'd you say about the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Pardon?
What'd you say about the Tampa Bay Lightning?
They put this out. Oh, the Sharks put this out.
Okay.
My bad. It was the San Jose Sharks that put this out.
One of those teams sitting at home.
Anyway, the guy that everyone wants is Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard is supposed to be the next it guy in hockey.
The
Red Wings,
he's got the right name.
Austin Matthews.
Yes, he is the guy
there's
in the
Connor
draft.
McDavid.
Yeah.
And there's everybody.
Right, there you go.
He will be the number one pick. So I ask you, the Wings will get the blank pick in the NHL lottery.
Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth best odds.
10. It's the 10 crack commit. Oh.
Yep.
Ninth best odds. They'll get 12. Seriously, they just get screwed every year anyway.
I'm going with 2.
Yeah.
I think they'll be picking second. I don't think they'll get the first pick, but I think they'll be picking second. I
know
think
that
Detroit is due, baby. Our time is here.
Look, I don't pretend to be the hockey authority on this dais or at this station at all, but I think the Red Wings rebuild has not been accelerated as much as you like because of the lack of uber high draft picks. And I'm not talking about 5 or 6 or 7. I'm talking about 1 or 2. They have been the worst team in hockey for, if you collectively put their records together over a 6-year span, nobody has lost more games than the Detroit Red Wings. And they have never gotten a 1, 2, or 3 pick. And I think that's criminal, number one. And number two, that is why this thing is taking a lot longer, too, because you don't have that one guy. And God bless, Dylan Larkin and Mo Sider and all these guys, but those aren't number 1 picks.
Two things, and one thing is when dynasties finally fall, it takes a while for them to pick back up. I mean, look at San Antonio Spurs right there. They're another team that I think them and the Red Wings got knocked out of the playoffs for the first time the same year. I think at San Antonio Spurs was 21 years, the Red Wings were 20 or something like that. When a dynasty falls, man, it takes a while to get back up, and that's what the Detroit Red Wings are going. You bring up Moritz Seider, and there's another name. Lucas Raymond. Last year, Moritz Seider wins the award. Lucas Raymond is balling out of control. Young rookies, you're excited about that. I didn't hear their name much this season. And like you said, I didn't watch every Red Wings game, so bear with me if I'm out of pocket. But I didn't hear their names that much this year. Because going into the season, we asked a question on who was going to be the Detroit player that was going to most likely be in the Hall of Fame, most likely be the guy to pick up the mantle on Detroit sports. And who came in first in all of them? It wasn't Cade Cunningham. It wasn't Aiden Hutchinson. It was Moritz Seider, and I didn't see him last year. So you're right. I mean, this is a serious year for Steve Yzerman. The Yzer plan is on the hot seat.
I'm going to speak it into existence. The Red Wings will win the draft lottery and get Connor Bedard, and all of a sudden they are going to be something to deal with.
Ooh,
I'm speaking it into existence.
I like it.
2 years ago, they should have had the number 1 pick, and they wind up picking 4th, but they got Mo Seider, so it might have worked out. Lafreniere went to the Rangers. All right, let's move on.
I just, last thing?
Yeah.
Since 2010, from 2010 to 2023, there have only been 6 teams worse than the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah. They put their time in.
Actually 5, because Vegas
they're new.
Is new.
Yeah.
So only 4 teams have fewer wins over a 13-year period than the Detroit Red Wings. 4 teams.
They paid their price.
Have never had a number 1 or number 2 pick.
They're going to get it this year, and it's going to be Monday night, right before the Western Conference Finals. Question number 2. The Pistons will hire blank as their next head coach.
There's a lot of coaches getting fired right now. Mike Budenholzer just got fired. Nick Nurse was fired.
4 of the last 5 champions.
Yeah, Steve Kerr's the only one that did.
Steve Kerr's the only head coach.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau never won anything, did he?
Not Thibodeau, but
out of the last 4,
the one in the
3
middle.
of that 5.
One in the middle.
Nick Nurse, Frank Vogel, Mike Budenholzer.
And me and Maz got to a bit of a conversation about it. I say those 3 guys, they're 3 guys, the 3 lucky to win the championship. You look at Budenholzer, you look at a Suns in the finals, cowardly Suns, and then what was it? They beat the Atlanta Hawks to get into the finals. You look at Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse basically took Dwayne Casey's team. It's interesting.
Vogel did a good job.
He won in the bubble.
Well, you can't have it both ways, Bray. A lot of people say winning in the bubble was the hardest thing.
I just disagree. I disagree as it relates to what the Lakers are. The Lakers are a team that's older. It's harder for them to win. When you get AD and LeBron sitting in one spot and they got 3 months off, it makes it a lot easier for those guys and they play well. I get you. But my thing is, if you're a good coach, you're going to win a championship and still have a career after that. You're not going to win a championship and get fired within a year or 2. So I just don't think they're good coaches.
So name your coach for the Pistons.
Yeah, I did say all that to say nothing. I like Charlie Lee. Yeah, Charles Lee, but I think Charles Lee may be up now for Mike Budenholzer's position. Yeah. That's who was number 1 pick for the Detroit Pistons going into this decision. But then they fired Mike Budenholzer, so I think Charlie now goes. What do you call it? They hire from within. Yeah. I think so. I don't know. I'm gonna give you an honest answer. I do not know.
Rob, you got a guess for me?
I have no guess.
All right.
Kevin Ollie.
Kevin Ollie is a hot name.
Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue. Doesn't he have a gig?
He might get fired after this year.
Yeah.
He might leave after this year. What are you going to do?
How about Lindsey Hunter? Let's put Lindsey Hunter's name in existence. All right, let's move on.
Jerry Stackhouse.
The Lions will have – I like that too. The Lions will have blank Pro Bowlers this season.
6. Because Pro Bowlers are I mean, friggin'
Here's a good question. I'll ask you a different way. Same question, different way. How many first-team Pro Bowlers we have? Starters.
All pros?
No, don't do all pro. That's tricky too. Starters. Because you can start in the Pro Bowl and not be all pro. I started in the Pro Bowl and I was second-team all pro.
I'll say C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Okay.
I'm going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be a legitimate Pro Bowler. Can I say legitimate Pro Bowler, like named to the team and not like a reserve?
He'd be a backup.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I think if you're named to the Pro Bowl, I think if you're like this 4th or 5th reserve that gets invited, that doesn't do anything for me.
Basically, you're saying you're going to start or be the first backup.
Right. So Amon-Ra, C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Give you that one.
I think Hutchinson's going to have a good year.
I'll give you that one.
Any of the offensive linemen, maybe Panay.
Panay plays right tackle in the NFC. They got right tackle be their best option.
Ragnow.
Yeah.
And that's it. Jared Goff.
Okay.
Jared Goff in the NFC. Jared Goff. I got to put him in there.
All right.
Jared Goff, Ragnow, Panay, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Pro Bowler.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Wow.
It's the system. They drafted him for a reason. I love the system for him. You got 17 games. They're going to need him down the stretch.
You're going to see a lot of them.
100%. C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Cam Sutton.
I like it.
I like it.
So 7. 6.
I'll do that. I'll go right with you guys.
6.
All right, here we go. The Tigers, all of a sudden, are only 4 games back in the AL Central. That's what they still call it, right? The AL Central?
Yeah, AL Central.
We owned the Central back in the day. The Twins are leading it, by the way.
Yeah, okay. 17-4, right? 17-14.
That's right.
Yeah.
They will be blank games back come July the 1st. They're 4 out now. Mm-hmm. How many will they be out by
0.
July 1st?
I'm going 0. I'm going wild with it. It's Friday.
They're tied for first?
I'm thinking tied for first.
All right.
Or in first.
Okay.
This division's not that good, and I don't know.
You stole my thunder. Because I was going to say 0.
You can.
I was going to say 0. I think the Tigers will be in first place on July 1st. And the reason I say that is because the record against the AL East is atrocious. I think it's like 2-10 or 2-16 or something like that.
Everybody's is.
It's ridiculous.
The Yankees are in last, and they're 3 games over 500.
Yeah,
but they got about $1 billion sitting on the bench.
I know.
right
I'm just saying, everyone has a winning record in the AL East.
Very true.
So over the next 2 months, I mean, you've got Minnesota does play now the NL East. They play Baltimore. They play Boston. They play Toronto. They play Tampa Bay. They play Houston. They play the Dodgers. They play the Angels. So Minnesota's got a little bit of a run here. Detroit.
Tampa's in
now,
first.
I don't want to say
second.
Detroit's schedule lightens up, but their Detroit schedule lightens up compared to what they had with the AL
They had a hard
East.
start, no doubt.
They've got, St. Louis and Pittsburgh and Washington and Kansas City and the White Sox and the Rangers and the White Sox again. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Thank you. Texas.
Luis Gonzalez.
So
Texas is in first.
They've got the Oakland A's.
A's have 6 wins.
So they've lightened up a little bit here.
I'm staying with the Tigers, and after you name those off, it's not even necessarily the teams that they're playing, although that definitely does help the equation. It's the Tigers, what they're seeing right now. I'm talking about the team.
Mm-hmm.
Players are seeing other players hit. Like, when's the last time we seen Baez have a streak like this where he's hitting home runs consistently, where his bat's been consistent? Riley Green's on an 8-game hitting streak, maybe 9-game hitting streak now. You look at Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound, how well he was pitching. They're seeing good pitching by their guys. They're seeing good hitting by their guys. They're seeing good fielding by their guys. When you're watching it unfold, you're like, we can just keep this going. When you start off 2-20, like, it's easy just to show up to the park just to get the check. But when you're 14 and 17 and you're seeing great play, man, it makes you do different things. So 0 is the answer.
All right, they're 4 out now. I go to more games than both you guys. They'll be 10 out.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying. You asked me. My answer.
They'll be 10 out.
I gave you a great answer.
Get your Kentucky Derby post-parade out.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it out.
All right, because my last question has to do with the Derby.
Okay.
All you chatters out there, the Derby is
Oh, my God. We've got to do a Derby segment next. Wait a minute. Sit there. We'll do a Derby.
Wait.
Because you gotta break it down for
got
everybody.
I got it.
But first, a message from Custom Health Centers. Custom Health Centers. Are you like Tom Mazawey? Are you feeling tired, depressed, unmotivated, low sex drive?
I got sex drive.
Well, you do have that. Low muscle loss,
everything
or
else,
belly
though.
fat.
Low
This
muscle.
poor guy over here.
I got it all.
No, seriously, again, though, these are legitimate things that I think guys have a hard time talking about.
Yeah.
And Custom Health Centers is going to help you with that, and they'll do so confidentially. Testosterone optimization therapy is a safe and effective way to restore your vitality, your confidence, your performance, and reduce heart disease. All you have to do, and again, these are difficult topics to talk about, and you can do so confidentially with our friends from Custom Health Centers. I encourage you to make that call right now, 877-965-0910, 877-965-0910. 10, or you could visit them online, customhealthcenters.com, customhealthcenters.com.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Here we go, woodwardsports.com. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey. Big day for us here today. We had WWE champ.
You forgot his name already?
No, Big E. I was going to say former WWE champ, but I guess once a champ, always a champ, right?
And the only reason because I was trying to figure out when I sent it in to Fletcher what to say, like former or current. So if you just say champion, people get it. Like, it's like you just say champ, it's all right. Like, you get it. Like when you say Pro Bowler, it's like he's a Pro Bowler, whether he made it that year or not.
There are so many people mad in the chat that we said 0 games. Tigers 0 games out. I mean, people are just so freaking mad.
They don't even like the Tigers.
They are so tight.
What are you so mad?
Wound.
Guys.
It's so bad.
It's freaking Friday.
Cinco de Mayo. Why are you not out drinking anyway?
It's Cinco de Mayo. It's beautiful outside. We're having a little fun with the Tigers.
Wait till 4 though.
Relax. Okay, we know they suck. Just chill. Okay? Just chill. Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yes.
You wanted us to say nice things about the Lions when they weren't so good. So hush up.
And then there's some Yahoo on here talking about wrestling. Like, I mean, this Yahoo guy, I don't even know who he is.
His name's Yahoo?
No,
he is a
Yahoo.
He's a Yahoo.
He's talking about Lucky Rich is his name. Wrestling podcast alone, are like 2-3 million. You've got 500 people. Like, who is this guy? Difficult topics to talk about. Ryan, call out wrestlers who break their necks for no reason. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this guy, what a troll!
But he's still here, though, right?
Oh my God!
But he's still trolling.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your listenership. It is
we
very
need to have the ability to block people on the chat.
It's just fine.
We do.
We do,
and I do.
My man.
Anyway, Tom Mazawey, this
Maybe
is
that's
your
why we can't get over
your
1200.
Saturday. Just describe how Saturday goes at the Mazawey house.
All right.
Who comes over?
Uh-huh.
The kind of pools that you do. How you do the betting.
Yeah.
It is Derby
Okay.
Day tomorrow.
All right, here's the scoop. First Saturday in May is Kentucky Derby Day. I've been watching it since 1970. It's a long time. It's my favorite. Horse racing is my true love. I know nobody here in Michigan even knows what it is. They've blown out all the racetracks here. Thank you to the state of Michigan.
I used to go to Hazel Park.
Thank you to the
back in the
crooks.
day.
Let me do something
Thank
for
you
the
to the
people.
crooks that let the gambling and let the casinos rule it all. Thanks for nothing.
Here's Tom Mazawey's ringtone. Are you ready for this? This is how much he loves wrestling.
You mean
Do it again. I didn't have it up.
Okay,
you mean horse racing?
Yeah, horse racing.
Whoops. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on.
He's trying to do something fun.
Hold on.
He watches the show and responds to the Yahoo.
Go ahead. I got it now.
Okay, you ready?
This is my ringtone.
Why did it take so long?
I don't know. One more time.
No, dude, forget it.
Ah, shit.
Forget it. What a clown.
Give it one more shot.
Why? Why would I do that?
I don't know. Maybe it'll work this time.
Because you're Yahoo. There it is.
I don't know why it's not going loud, but it is.
It's
It's
a
the
phone.
call to the post. That's my ringtone. Everyone knows when my phone is
post.
ringing. It's the call to the post. There'll be supposed to be 23-year-olds going to the post tomorrow. There have been 4 scratches.
4?
4.
What does that do to the field?
It makes it down to 16, but there's also 3 horses that were on the also eligible list, like who last year?
Rich Strike.
Exactly.
There we go.
So the 3 of them move on up. So now there's 19 running in the Derby. 19 horses tomorrow running in the Derby. Are you with me so far?
I am.
Yes,
You can only run this race once in a lifetime as a horse.
You got to be 3 years old.
You got to be a
I do know
3-year-old.
that, yes.
Okay. So here we go. First of all, it is a great day for me. My wife and I, Kathy decorates the house for me. She has got Derby stuff all over the house. We have our Derby flag outside, flying proud. We have roses all over the house. I know, it sounds wacky, but this is what we do. And usually I will watch this race by myself, just with my kids and my wife. But my wife has got a bug, where, and she wanted to have people over.
Oh.
So we invite a few couples over.
Okay.
And the rule is, just leave me alone. I want to watch the race. Other than that, you can come over. We'll have a good time. Eat some wings.
Does your wife
play
drink?
some cards? Pardon?
Does Kathy drink?
She
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
She drinks. She drinks for the 2 of us.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was starting to place this in my head. I was like, oh, Kathy drinks.
Okay. Yeah, she loves her beer.
Okay.
So nonetheless, it's just a fun day, guys. And if you've never been to the Derby, I highly recommend you go. Even if you don't love horse racing, it is a who's who when you're there. The only thing I hate about it now is all these stars now getting dressed up and you got to show off. They don't give a damn about the
No,
races.
they don't
They
care
don't give
about
a damn. But you know what? There is a horse running in this race that is partially owned by Ian Rappaport. Rap Sheet.
Can I get? I was just about to say.
You know the horse?
No, I don't. But I was looking at the name and I was going to say.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
Ian Rapp. Okay, yeah. That's so it's not.
Rap Sheet owns a piece of a horse here.
No, there's
And he just got into horse racing last year.
I'll say it's Ray's Cane.
By the way, Fletch, that's the old one you're putting up. There's a new one you have to put up. There's a new one I gave you to put up.
I got my answer.
What is it?
Angel of Empire.
No, but you're close.
Forte.
Sun Thunder.
Jace's Road.
Oh.
Okay, I was
Jace's Road. He's a 50-1 shot. It's got
15-1.
50.
Jace's Road is 50-1.
Oh, on the thing it says 15-1.
You're looking at the wrong thing.
Look at the top.
Jace's Road went from.
He's 50-1, bro.
Brian.
He's the number 15 horse. No, the number 12 horse.
50 to 1.
Oh, yeah. But on our graphic here, it says Jason's Road is 15-1 on the old one.
Oh, yeah, and that's why Fletch has changed. Matt's had him.
I got you.
50 to...
So he's a 50-1. Here's my horses for tomorrow, guys. I think you could go to the bank with this one. I don't think there'll be a Rich Strike winning tomorrow. I think it's going to be a chalk day. Chalk means favorites. Although, I think he'll pay $8 to win. So $2 to win 8. That's good. 20 to win 80. That's good.
That's
right?
very good.
Would you put 20 to win 80?
Absolutely.
All right, then put your money on number 15, Forte. Forte. That's going to win the race. He is the Breeders' Cup champion from last year. As a 2-year-old, won a couple of Derby prep races. I love this horse. He's got a lot of guts.
He's 3-1, right?
Yes.
That's 20 to win 60.
No. Plus, you get your $2 back.
3-1
pays $8 on the total.
I shouldn't mess with you about this
What are you telling me for?
You see, I tapped
So
out.
what happens if do you have a trifecta, a
Yes,
superfecta?
I do.
Okay.
I do. A horse that will finish second is a guy I talked about earlier in the week. Number 5, Tappet Trice. Tappet Trice is going to come in second. Beautiful gray horse.
Gorgeous.
By the way, he's gorgeous. His dad, Tappet. What a horse Tappet is. And plus, it's my man
He
Steve's
tapped it
horse.
3 times, apparently.
He tapped it 3 times. All right, so we got
good, I had to
Forte.
tap it twice.
We got Tappet Trice. So we got 15, 5, and I'm going to go, which I usually don't do.
Right.
I'm going to take the Japanese imported horse.
Is Wagyu?
Derma Sotogake, number 17, finishing third.
So you got Forte,
Forte,
you got Tappet,
and Derma. Number 17.
That's chalk.
The Superfecta, that's the 4th horse. I'm going to bet on number 3, 2 Fills. So there's your 4 horses. Your 4 horses are 15, 5, 17, and 3. That's my 4 horses.
Good news about the Kentucky Derby is it's a lot shorter than this breakdown we just got.
Exactly.
It's in and out, baby. It's
Well,
in and out.
I'm not getting any help, so I'm just doing it on my own.
It's good. I'm listening. I
think that's awesome.
It's okay.
I circled
I know no one really gives a damn except about me, but
no, you got Forte, you got 2 Fills.
I love Forte to win. I say tap out on Forte. If you ask me.
What about Derma Sotogake is the one you just talked about?
He's third.
Okay.
Hey, remember when you said, like the Warriors once in a lifetime? Or
last night.
Would you do that same thing with Forte?
No.
No.
It's a horse race.
Oh.
It's completely different,
I was just asking. I don't
completely different.
I'm
not tapping out.
I'm changing my pick.
All right.
Derma Sotogake is what I'm going with.
You got
You taking the Japanese horse?
I am, because it's number 17.
No Japanese horse has ever won.
It's number 17. I'm going with it, baby.
All right. Ryan, you got a pick? You don't care.
I
Okay.
don't care. No.
There you go.
I couldn't care less.
I'm so
Disarm.
I'm sorry that you don't enjoy a classic.
Oh, I love the race.
Beautiful.
I love the race.
Yeah, but you're not going to care if you miss it.
I want to root for you. No, I care. I'm going to be rooting for you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There was NBA
absolutely.
last night.
I'm rooting for Forte.
How many people in the chat like it?
I'm rooting for Forte.
Is the chat hating this, or do they like it?
I'll get your hopes
I'm
up.
rooting for 4-way.
Who's Booner
Forte.
have?
Yeah.
Let's see who's good Booner.
Very good. Booner likes.
He's got 2 and 17.
There you go. Doesn't have 3. I'm rooting for 3 for you, man.
Sounds like a penalty on first down.
No, you're rooting for 15. Forte.
Yeah, Forte.
Forte.
That's what I meant.
All right.
All right, guys. We got some NBA, NHL to get to. We'll do it next. But first, a message from Fairway Packing Company. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference today. You could visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods, grab-and-go steaks, and they last in the fridge. For weeks. Pretty great stuff. You just grab them. Even if you don't want to cook tonight, you want to cook a week from now, you don't have to freeze them. You can order online too. They ship anywhere. Fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com. Source cut, aged, packed to perfection.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Woodward Sports Network on a Friday. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend
and then he
out
came
there.
In.
A jerk. Just a guy is walking down the studio here, and you can't see in the studios here.
Two-way mirror.
Two-way mirror for us. We can see out, but you can't really see in. And this guy walking down just leaves his trash right on the windowsill. It's like an empty Big Gulp cup.
And then he comes inside Lady Jane's, which is what? This is about 30 feet?
Yeah.
There's a trash can right there.
Right. It's a trash can right at the foot.
He didn't want the girls to see him with a Big Gulp.
Yeah, maybe so.
But there is a garbage can on the corner.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Some guys, they just hate.
For no reason.
What did I tell you about the Lakers and the Warriors last night? I told you that was an easy one.
Yeah,
that was easy.
That was easy.
100%.
Lakers didn't show up. You said it, Bray.
Yeah, I don't like this NBA now in terms of where, okay, I'm the Los Angeles Lakers. I get game 1 at the Chase Center. I feel like I did my job. Now I come out as Anthony Davis in game 2 and don't show up. Like, I don't understand this. Anthony Davis, what did I tell you about the even games? He does not show up. You cannot look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in one game and then come back and look like JaVale McGee. It does not work like that. This is the finals. This is the playoffs. You're trying to get to the finals. I don't understand this NBA, how they play like that. The Lakers will lose in 6, like I said. They may even lose in 5 because I don't think Golden State's going to play games with these guys.
They don't win another game, the Lakers.
I hope you're right.
They don't win another game.
Boy, that would make me feel great.
Rui Hachimura had his best game, and they lost. They're not going to get another game like that out of him. LeBron James had 20 in the first half, 21 in the first half. Finished with 23 because he saw that he couldn't get anything out of AD. AD is a guy that, this is why people say what they say about the glass man, or AKA Mr. Street Clothes, because one minute he looks like the best basketball player in the league, and the next minute he looks like a guy that I wouldn't have as my 13th guy, because there is no 13th guy.
That stinks.
It does. And once again, I'm going with Golden State in 5 now.
2 basketball games tonight, Celtics and 76ers, Nuggets and Suns. 2 series that are pretty intriguing. You know, for Philadelphia, it just sucks that Joel Embiid is not healthy. He's just not going to be healthy in this series. And I'd like to see the Sixers. I'm done with the Celtics.
I think you'll see a lot more out of Joel Embiid this game. You know what he's going to receive this game at home in front of that Philly crowd is the MVP trophy. So he'll win the MVP trophy. He didn't play since, April 17th? So I feel like in that first game, he was trying to fill the team out, didn't want to necessarily disturb what they were doing when they won in game 1. And James Harden was doing the same thing. Like, well, shoot, I'm going to let the big guy back because he's here. And they both had their signals crossed. 76ers will win this game at home. Joel Embiid gets the trophy. You can't lose when you win the MVP or when you're presented the MVP that night.
That might be a good bet tonight for anyone that
made
some money last night. Put it on the Sixers tonight.
Yeah.
As per Braylon. As for the NHL, a couple good ones again last night. What did I tell you about the Panthers?
You said it.
The Florida Panthers were the Boston Bruins from last year. They got knocked out in the first round after the President's Trophy. Boston gets knocked out this year by that Panther team who snuck in as the 8th seed as a wild card. And they are now up 2-0 on the Leafs. The Leafs played their ass off.
Oh, man, that
night.
Final 2 minutes of hockey.
Holy crap. The beginning of that period, too. Incredible. Sergei Bobrovsky, the goalie for the Panthers, he stood on his head to win that game. Now they got to go back to Florida. So that's going to be tough for it. But I don't think the Leafs have done yet.
I don't either.
It's so funny. Tom, so I'm talking to Tom yesterday. Tom just left DJ Tom T's from Toronto, Maple Leafs, blah, blah, blah. You've heard him.
He's going to Game 5.
No, so here's the thing. Tom texted me before the game and was like, hey, I just got my ticket for Game 5. I was like, all right, cool, man. I said, what is this, next Friday? Man, that's going to be a good time. I texted him after the game. I said, that ticket might not be valid because they may not make it to 5. I hope they do, but That's tough, man.
Hey.
Florida team's damn good, man. You can't be the best team. You got to be second or third.
Hey, Stars beat the Kraken. That's 1-1. Tonight, one game. It's the Canes hosting the Devils. Devils got to get off their ass here if they want to get back.
God, that
in
series
this one.
does nothing for me. There's something about the Carolina hockey that I
Carolina
just cannot,
suffocates the other team. They don't let them in. They don't let them in the zone. They hardly let you shoot the puck.
And it's their insignia. I've never their logo.
You don't like the Canes? You don't like
I've never liked the Canes logo because when I look at it, it's just like.
Well, that is a hurricane.
Well, I get what it is, but it just I don't know. It looks like a.
I don't like anything about it.
Looks like a video game company, like Acclaim or something.
I know, but how about that NJ?
No, the NJ is cool.
It's a gorgeous logo.
Yeah, NJ is fire.
It's gorgeous. Wait till the Devils get back in their red unis.
Oh.
They swept the Red Wings when I first got into hockey. I don't like the Devils.
Hey, hell of a day out of everybody today. Bray, get us out of here.
Especially Big E.
Out of here.
Oh, man.
Yo, great week by you guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys have made it fun all week. As you do, appreciate Big E coming in the studio. It was a lot of fun. You saw the power of positivity and you felt the power, man. Great stuff. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy singing them out. Get out the house. Go do something. Go and get off these devices. Get outside because that's what the hell I'm about to do. From a man, JB, Fletch, damn good job by you. You said what?
Nothing.
I am actually. I see. Why you put me on the spot, man? Why you blow my spot up, man? From a man, Ryan. Hey, you five guys, or five of us total. I love you guys, man.
Love you guys.
See you guys Monday. We're out of here. Go Tigers!
Sun coming.
Woo!
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.